Well, someone forwarded the email to me, and the quote that they put in there relates to the fact that in an article that I wrote about why I voted for the route transfer, I indicated that in looking at the will of the people, what I found was that the more informed people became about the ADOT proposal, the more likely they were to favor a route transfer. And somehow or other, whoever wrote that email has distorted that to, basically they've twisted my words to make it sound like I'm talking about only smart people favor taking it back. And, I think everybody understands the fact that when we talk about the more informed people became about the process, the more likely they were to favor the route transfer, came down to their understanding of the facts, not the fears that were being put out there about bonds and increasing taxes and, all of the fear that was not really supported by any facts. When people learned that Sedona is in good financial condition, they became more comfortable with it because some of the information or misinformation that's been out there is Sedona is going broke. We can't afford this. We don't have enough money to do this. And if you listen to our city manager at the public meetings, when asked what is the financial condition of Sedona, he made it clear that Sedona is in good financial condition right now, that we have 100% reserve in our general fund, that a number of our other funds also have substantial reserves, and that this year Sedona will probably end up with a substantial surplus, that the conservatism and the fiscal responsibility has paid off, so that Sedona is probably in the best shape of a lot of cities, compared to a lot of cities in Arizona. And so we need to continue that. But that's what this is about. It's about responsible management of the money of Sedona. And if we have $10.6 million coming into the coffers of Sedona, it's going to require good management. And so once the fear was taken out of it and the facts were put into it, people became more comfortable with it. So when I made the comment that the more informed people became about the issue, the more likely they were to favor the route transfer, that was my intention. And I continue to educate people about the details. And I think that's an important part of what we'll need to continue to do as we move forward if there is a referendum. When I saw the email, you know what? I have to look at it and put it into perspective. I know that there is a group that opposes this council. The last election, you had previous councilors or those other councilors and candidates that were running were, soundly defeated by 2-to-1 margins. I do believe that, and if you look at who is supporting the whole Save Sedona group, it's a lot of the people who were either supporters or part of the last council. And so with that in mind, I have to keep it in perspective and see that it's not only, it's also politically motivated. And so, I can keep things in perspective and not take it that personally. I mean, that's, misconstruing the words that I've used, misinterpreting what I've said, to me, damages the credibility of their own cause. And so if they're taking my words out of context and twisting and misconstruing my words, then I have to wonder how anyone can trust the information that they're giving to the public about the whole route transfer. Well, when I think about Sedona, Sedona has such enormous positive energy that I feel that this kind of destructive personal attack behavior is not what Sedona should be about. I mean, we should be discussing ideas. We should be discussing how Sedona can move forward into the future. This is like a little nagging kind of behavior that undermines the opportunity for people to be creative, for people to really express their love of the city, and for us to move forward as a united community. I mean, I think we all have to come together and move forward as a united community for Sedona and put Sedona first. This is not about our own personal desire for power. This is really about what's right for the community, and let's make the decisions for the community that that will move us into the next 10 years, so that Sedona will continue to be a place for future generations that they'll treasure. Eleanor Roosevelt said that great minds discuss ideas, and, smaller minds discuss people, and maybe average minds discuss events. And so I think for Sedona, it's important for all of us to stay in the idea realm, because when we start getting into the personal, political, we're seeing enough of that on a national scale. I would like to think Sedona is at a higher level than that.